Okay, good afternoon all. Hope everyone is well. Market is due open in about 15 seconds. So let's see what today brings us. Had a couple of red days, but that's okay. It happens. Okay, market is open. Flicker, flicker, flicker. Okay, let's see how we get on today. I'll talk about my trades yesterday, or trade yesterday. What went wrong, what I did, what I shouldn't have done. Jan, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? So, we've had 2 legs down, channel with a break, and a couple of legs down to a new low. We retested it here and pushed up quite strongly. So we are moving up currently at the moment. We have bounced off overnight highs. So, but we are in a channel here. So, let's have a quick look. So we had that big push up from the news. I thought really this thing was going to sell off then, which is why I got into a trade here, and it didn't. It did the complete opposite. So I've got to stop assuming. So Exponential, how you doing, buddy? Tony, how are you? Ryan, how you doing, buddy? Speedy, how you doing? So we give the market a minute. So yeah, trade I took yesterday was that short there. So I can't trade the first couple of minutes anyway, that's short. So channel down to attempts push high. Now, I base this on penguin style trade. We had a leg break and a new high. Now, that was 2 legs up, granted. So that could have been a penguin style trade. The difference is what I did and what he does. He waits for it to push down below that EMA, indicating we are pushing down. I didn't. What I did is pick the top. And I picked the top after 2 bounces. If you're ever going to pick a top there, it needs to be nothing less than a triple test, really, unless you get a lower high below that EMA. So I basically tried to pick a top, and it backfired on me. So ordinarily, I wouldn't take that. But what I find sometimes is if you have a good run of winning trades, sometimes that disciplines, cuts back a little bit, and sometimes you need a little bit of awakening. And a couple of red days, I've definitely got that. So I'm going to try and focus on just trades that jump out at me, not ones that I think may work. Karina, good morning. How are you? Yeah, finally, there was a few rumours around about issues with being paid, which made me a little nervous, rightly so. But I got an email from Plain. The typical email says, good things coming your way, so I put that on the Facebook group just to show that there are no issues with wages, so not to worry. So let's have a look. So we got a channel, a couple of legs and a break, and what looks like a move up to a new high. Now, I don't think there's any type of a channel down. It doesn't look like it to me. But there is a little kind of a micro channel there, so I do want to give that chance to break the lows. So if you'd have bought there, triggered you, for me, that's likely to come and stop you out. So maybe we get a leg and still push up. I've just been looking to see if there's anything if I go long that may trap me short, and I don't think there is. We've only got 1 touch at the bottom. We had a couple of bounces. So we'll see. I'd like to get a new low there. So we've got a little trend down with a break. And we're looking for a new low. I'd like to see it break below there. If it holds, that might be okay. Okay, so that's broken below there, so that's good news. Let's see what it does now. I do like that channel. It fits nice. Touch, 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 touch. Multiple touches and really nice at the top as well. So that looks okay to me. I have not been trading Apex for a while, but due to the offer they had, got a few accounts. Interesting to see what happens at payouts since they banned me from the Facebook page. I've been banned from one of the Facebook pages, mate. Don't worry about it. It won't make a difference that. Well, there was an issue with I couldn't get into Ninja Trade. It was something to do with the Apex trade copy. Now, although the Apex trade copy is still on my machine, I don't use it. So I couldn't open it, and I remember mentioning it. There was a few things said about it, and I went, how can I remove it? I don't even use the damn thing, and I was banned. So the only thing that annoys me about some of these Facebook groups is they're kind of like a dictatorship. They control what you say. If you put something on they don't like, they just block it. But they're happy to take your money for your affiliate links. They seem to bombard you with messages for your affiliate links, but the second you put something on there you're not happy with or concerned or whatever, they ban you, and it bugs me, that does. It's part of the reason why I started this Facebook group. But it's annoying. There's no need for it, really. I mean, Christ, it's like the 19 bloody... It's like the flipping Russia in places, isn't it? They watch everything you says. If there's nothing right, hey Daryl, how you doing? If someone's not happy with something, they just ban you. I don't agree with that. You deleted your Facebook. Don't use it. Yeah, no, it won't affect your money, mate. It won't. It won't affect your money. Where's this thing going? Because they want us to buy their codes, sometimes even the officialist. Yeah. And not only that, sometimes, because they're so big, some of these Facebook groups, you don't kind of know how much they're controlled by anybody in Apex. You know what I mean? You know, I think you have a right to speak your mind, whether it's a gripe you've got, you know, as long as you're not shooting your mouth off and swearing and cursing and all that sort of stuff, as long as you do it friendly and politely, it shouldn't get taken off, in my opinion. But, you know, I mean, we have heard that some of these Facebook groups make tens of thousands through these affiliates. So anything slightly negative, they just want to ban it, but they'll happily take your money. So it just, I don't know. There's too much control there. I don't like it. I think you need to have a certain amount of freedom of speech. Otherwise, what's the point? You know what I mean? This is the world we live in. We need a Facebook group which doesn't focus on affiliates in the slightest. Just people to air their grievances and have a talk where other people can see it and you've got a bit of a voice. So 2 legs down and a higher low possibly. I'm going to sit and wait here because it's gone up and made close to that high. So I'm not in a rush to go long here. 1, 2, 3, maybe a triple test. So we got to push up. 1 attempt to go low, 2nd attempt. Could get a triple test here, but as I've had a couple of losses, I'm down about $600, just under over a couple of days, which I was thinking about last night. It's not a lot. You'll soon get out of that. I had 10 winners in a row before Christmas, leading up to Christmas. I had 9 3-point winners and $150. So I was strict. So I think just because I've gone a little bit slack, I think it's come to sting me. So I think I broke the rules, link my free software. Put it this way, the one thing I like that Apex do is if you break the rules, let's say for instance you revenge traded and you ended up 2,000 up, you nearly blew your account, they would let you keep that money. They would just deny your first payment, but as soon as they've denied it, everything starts fresh. So they will let you keep it. So it's not you know, nothing to worry about too much. So much better, you know, I don't know, if you've nearly blown your account and you do decide to revenge trade. I know Nutty had a bad day yesterday. I sent him a message. We all do. And it's just one of those things, unfortunately. Right, I didn't want to take, although it's 2 legs, I didn't want to take a long ear. High or low I may take because it is above the EMA. But it's gone too far now, so unfortunately. I think it's likely we break these highs here. We have got a little leg up, a little pullback, a high low. If we can get one, that might not be terrible. So it is a triple test. That for me is just too far off the deck. If that was sat down there, I may think about that as we've had 2 legs back. Well, actually, it is a triple test. It's just a bit too high for me. So it has pushed above there. So it did work. Unfortunately, it didn't really give us an offer here. So all I got to try and do is just get back to my discipline and focus on trades that jump out at me. 2 winners and I'll be back to where I was. So it's never the end of the world. I get a feeling we might have a massive retracement. Well, funny you should say that. Look where we are. We're hitting this area, aren't we? So you just never know, do you? I mean, this thing could come straight down to here, couldn't it? We didn't quite get down to the bottom. It's hard to say. It could push higher or could move down. Put it this way, if it does start to go, I think it'll be quick. I mean, look there. What caused that? I can't remember. Or is it just the fact that we started to dip there as well? It came down relatively. Once we got below that EMA, it came down relatively quick. And same there, we had a big push down, a couple of, you know, sort of a little bit in the middle and then down again. So it'd be interesting to see what happens here. Okay, so triple test up there. I don't really want to go short here at the moment because we have moved up into this. And it's kind of like a bull flag. We often do that, don't we? Push up, go sideways and push up again. But we have had a break and 2 attempts to push higher, so this may come down and clear out some of these stops. It is a break and a new high. I dare say there'll be traders taking that. You can guess there's going to be stops along there. Let me just check my orders are all opening.
Order submitted.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect.
Order cancelled.
So where's this thing going? Is this thing going to drop? So channel up, break, 2 attempts to push higher. That looks like a penguin type trade. Put an order in there. It came back and picked you up. Get out of the bottoms. And funny enough, as I flick onto the penguins site, someone's taken that very trade. We got a leg up, channel up with a break, 2 attempts to push higher. As soon as it pushes below that EMA, in fact, he's got in there, to be fair, for that one, but out for the bottoms. So I know Penguin in a lot of cases waits for it to push below that EMA, because sometimes if you take one of those, it may trigger you and push up. But if it does push down below that EMA, there's a stronger chance then that it does come down to the bottom, which in this case, he'd be out of that trade now, I think. Yeah, comfortably. So that worked nice, that did. It is nice to have more strings to your bow, so it is worth paying attention to some of these things. Right, this is starting to give me that impression that this thing's going to drop. Does anyone know if Rhythmic works with Windows? Yes, it. Well, I got Windows 10, but I think it's bound to. Yeah, they are brand. It's bound to. I think majority of people are on 11 now, aren't they? I'm not. I don't think. So, an issue I have with Penguin style trade is the stop loss has to be quite large. Yeah, it does. You've got to adjust your contract size accordingly. So I would say, I mean, if see, my gut feeling was when it pushes below here, he'll a lot of the times put an order there at the EMA. So if you manage to get in there, your stop loss would be, let's say, 4.75 points. So if you go down to one contract, you're talking 2.3 points. So it's not as much of a risk there, but you get out for the bottom. You know, he goes for 1-to-1, but, you know, what I would be thinking, there's bound to be some stops there, so I'd probably put it right at the close there or maybe an extra tick. But they are his trades are very similar to Max. It's the same sort of thing. It's really a second entry long triple test, isn't it? We've got a channel break, new high. So it really, if you look from there, it is a second entry short. So they're very similar. So yeah, just if you're going for bigger moves, just go down to one contract or micros or whatever you do. But I pay attention to some of them because some of them are very obvious. You know, a couple of legs down. If you have a leg and a leg here, more or less side by side. But yeah, they are very similar. So I'm wondering now whether we're going to have something like that. Take us down here. It's hard to say at the moment. But what I will say, that daily could potentially plummet, couldn't it? We had that massive move there. I wouldn't have guessed that was going to happen when it went sideways, but we came back. We had a little bit of messing around here, and then it just dropped and dropped and dropped. And same here, push down, a couple of days, slightly bullish, and then obviously that final drop down to the bottom again. So we're at that crunch area, aren't we? It may do, it may not. What I find is if you do nothing, it comes down. If you short it, Thru just stops you out. So I tend to just see what happens. But yeah, we could get something a bit larger there. Let's have a look at the 10,000 tick chart, mind you. You know what? If you can get something like that and try and hold it, there's a potential for earning a big move. I go for 3 points. There's five, you know, it's $1,500 there. There's 3 weeks worth of profit there for me. And really, if you follow this down a bar at a time, you could get out there, couldn't you? And so the potential's there. So yeah, 10,000 chick chart looks like a leg. Few attempts to go higher and a second leg down. So I would have suggested that I wouldn't be surprised if we saw this level down here. You think about it, there's a big kind of gap there, isn't there? As we know, market tends to overlap, but it hasn't there. So there is a big area there that could potentially fill. Push up, a couple of legs back, up, a couple of legs back. Yeah, it's certainly feasible. I'd expect that to get stopped out. Unfortunately, Just past my last eval I bought, so I think I'm done for the day. Good for you, mate. You take it easy. I'd expect that to get stopped out, that big bullish bar there. It's kind of a... I don't know. Stuff like that I ever get into tends to get taken out. And there's a little spike in a channel with a small break possibly. Okay, second entry short there. It's 15.6. I'm not taking it, although I expect it to break below there, but who knows? Leg up, pull back, leg up. Two legs up. Well, I'm just going to open up an order here, just in case we get two nice legs up to this area. Take that stop out there, and then punch down and take out that and that. It's two sideways, although I expect that to get taken out, but I was hoping we'd get a little bit further up here.
Order cancelled.
Yes.
This is looking like it's pushing down, isn't it? Unfortunately, I didn't like that. Yeah, so look on bookmap 78-ish, 79. Down here, there is buy orders down here. 2 legs up. Let's get an order ready again.
Order submitted.
Looks like it's going to go down. There's going to be stops down there. No, it's just stacking
Order
up a
cancelled.
bit now. It could go either way, really. Someone's just gone short, and he's just been stopped out, I think. It's just stacking up now. It's too risky. I will sell my other chart. There's a big bullish bar that's triggered. There's going to be stops here, so it probably go down. But look how choppy it is. It could do a bunch of stuff here as well. It's 17 ticks. You could say channel with a break. 2 attempts to push up. I mean, it may work, it may not work, but I don't want to risk it. If it gets below here and there, it may push down. It probably will, but it's not without its risk, that. Not only that, it is bouncing off this bottom. Some decent PA today. I am red for the week. Yeah, you and me both, mate. Trouble is, I think sometimes if you get a payment, you tend to relax a little bit. It's a nice feeling, and sometimes your discipline can go a bit. So I've had 2 losses, which are totaling $600, which is only 2 winning trades. As I say, before Christmas, I had 10 winning trades in a row. So it's perfectly no issues to get, to sort of get back in that green. But I've got to stick with me discipline. It is very easy to lapse your days in. Sometimes having a couple of losses, I think, just give you that little bit of a kick up the arse you need just to get your head down, and you know what I mean. I mean, look, there's a triple test here. There's going to be buyers there for sure, but the trouble is, I think it's just too risky personally. I think that is probably going to burst through this, but how far is it going to go down? It's going to pick off this and this. I mean, it is a failure, but it's just too risky, I think. If I took a trade there, I'd just be hoping it goes down. My gut is telling me this is congested and I shouldn't be trading it. So thinking something's going to happen and being confident it is are 2 different things. So I'm thinking more and more now about this measured leg. We got a touch here and a touch here. Touch. So it is doing what I thought it would do, but it's just too risky. It looks better on my other chart, but it's just too risky, really. And it's a shame, really, when it does do that. Yeah, it is frustrating to see that, I've got to say. We did have 2 legs up. There was a failure there. Trouble is, you're going short right into support. And there are no guarantees. But my gut feeling was telling me that's probably going to work. But I'd rather a little bit less congested. But look at, it is a shame in it when it does it. But there you go. So maybe there'll be a bigger channel. It was risky to short there. Yeah, it was. It's okay thinking something's going to happen. When you sit and watch price every day, we know things work in twos. That worked in twos. We had a leg, few attempts, couple of attempts to push up, then it dropped. So we know there's a good chance this is going to come down. The problem is you don't know whether it's going to trigger you, push up, clean out all these stops and make like a triple test before it comes down. Knowing what direction this thing's likely to go in, it doesn't necessarily give you the whole picture, and that's a problem. You know, if I was getting in here for a big move down and I had to stop up here, then, you know, that a strategy like that, you know, could have a completely different outcome. But, you know, when my stop's going to be going, it definitely looked better on the other chart, but when my stop's going to be going there, because it is congested, you don't know whether the market's going to push up, take out that stop, and then drop down, and that's often how it works. You know, these institutions that trade, they know a lot of the time how the retail traders work. You know, so we came close to that measured move. But I don't want to assume this thing. You could say that's confirming it, but unfortunately it's only 1 leg up at the moment, so same again. There's nothing I can do at the really. So the sensible thing to do was to hold on there, and I did it. And sometimes it takes a couple of losses. It often works like that, I find, with me. I do really well and have a good run, and then I seem to take a couple of losses in a row. So I think what I'll do next time it happens, or next time I take a loss, I'm really going to try and focus myself and just stick to something that jumps out at me, even if I've got to wait a few days for it. The trouble is, if you take a loss, then you've got to kind of do a trade just to get back to that level. So I think sometimes, unless you're sure, you're best off just to completely avoid it. So channel with a break. Where's this thing going now? Now I've put it there, and yes, it kind of fits. And we've had kind of a small break with a new high, but we could have a push up, a couple of little legs back, and it could go higher. There you go, for instance. So Yeah, so if you jumped in there and think this thing's going down, look what happened. So how far did it go? So it's got to push through. So now that is interesting.
Order
Now that I
submitted.
like. A second confirmation of this. And that is a second entry short. Second entry.
Order filled.
What is going on with me? Oh, dear me. Dear me. I like that. Little break matching high. Oh, that was quite a nasty little trap, that was. So, not today, Satan. LOL. Wow, got me. Ripped straight through me. Oh, that's frustrating. Me too. Yeah, stop me there too. I really like that. That's really frustrating. Immediately stopped. God, that's so frustrating. We got up to the top here, at a lower high, at a small break, new high. So frustrating. I really like that, actually. It was clearly a second entry short below the EMA. Straight up and out. Down another 300 odd. Flip it now. 2, 4. Ah, me. I've got from the top, leaving loads of runners. Oh dear. Oh dear. So 3 losses in a row. It's frustrating. That is so frustrating. I'm really having a bad run at the moment. Okay, well, I can't trade anymore now. Wow, 3 losses in a row. Yeah, I like this. We hadn't quite get that measured leg. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, that's so frustrated. I like that one. Channel break. We got a small break there with a new high and a matching high and then a straight drop. Perhaps I should have waited for the lower high off there. Trouble is, sometimes if you miss it, it just comes down. So I'm having a real bad run here. That's frustrating. Trouble is, sometimes you get yourself into a bit of a rut sometimes, and you may jump while you should probably wait. That's frustrating. Yeah, it's hard to know whether you get into these situations and you have a couple of losses and you're reading something. Look how nice that's working up now in real time. That looked pretty clear to me. Yeah, quite a few people took it there. Took me back in the trading range out. Oh, someone took a second entry long. Second entry short just happened. Yeah, me as well. Second entry short. Stop there too. Rip through me. Yeah, so, I mean, we're clearly working down. It's just one of those things. Was it a bad trade? It was off this. We'd come off the bottom. We'd had a break. So it was 2 legs up in a bearish bar. Perhaps the safer option would have been to wait for the lower high, maybe, just to confirm this. But we had a touch, and a touch, and then another close below. So I kind of liked it. And a load of people did, but oh well, maybe the range screwed that trade. Possibly. Well, Is there a range here? I don't know. This thing's got a bearish feel to it to me. It is frustrating. 3 days, 3 reds. It's often how it works, I think, sometimes. So my accounts are down about 950 all in all. I mean, that's only 3 trades, so it's not the end of the world. But that's frustrating. But I can't trade now, that's it. Block me out now for the rest of the day. Yeah, well, it happens, doesn't it? Yeah, loads of people got caught on that. And it went so quick as well, didn't it? See, we got a touch there. We pushed up, a small break. That confirmed the channel. And then it broke below, had a little pullback. I don't know. Do I have still in play? No, it's all right, mate. Everything's closed. Everything's closed. Ah, well, it happens. See, I actually like the channel down as well. Mind you, depends where it goes from. So, you know, oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's one of those things, but I can't trade now. I think sometimes it's good to get away. Maybe 2 legs up and now we're going down. I don't know, but I can't trade now anyway. So another 3.5 point loss there. So, and that was quick as well. I didn't have a no time. It triggered me, pushed straight up. Need to trade to take profit. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to step away. I am. See, there's a few people watching a bigger chat. I don't know. Who knows? It is. I actually liked it. It was a second entry short, and that's often how they look. Have some whiskey. I'll do later. We got a touch, and a confirmation. It did push down, and it just came down for a lower high. And it is frustrating then when you see that. Okay, well, that's me done for today. No alcohol. That's me done for today. I can't trade now. It's definitely got a bearish feel to it. The daily is looking bearish. Is that it or not? That's the 10,000 tick. Where's the daily? Yeah, daily's at the top of this, looking bearish. I don't know. It's just how it works sometimes. But, you know, there's nothing you can do about it. I actually liked it. I thought it was a good trade. We got a break, small break and a new high, then straight down, little pullback, maybe some buy in there, up for a second leg, bearish bar. It is frustrating how it triggers. It's obviously designed to pick off traders, isn't it? Otherwise, it wouldn't trigger and push straight up. Someone knows there's stops there. Well, why? Why is that a bad place to? I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe push up, clear out any possible stops here, and then down again. It is what it is. But it is frustrating when it just goes up a bit like... we had a stop order below that bar. It's frustrating when it does what you kind of think the market's doing anyway, but there you go. I'm done for the day anyway, folks. So I appreciate your comments. Sorry it's a short day today, but I think it's good to get away sometimes. 3 red days. It does happen sometimes like that. So... there we go. So I love you and leave you. Have a great day. Stay safe and we'll catch up again same time tomorrow. Bye for now.